are running out alongside them may surprise a few people. It's deja vu for both these teams, because last week in the Newquay Surf Sevens it was the same combatants in the semi-final. Then it was the Samurai who won the semi-final. But are those Brazil supporters going to be happy in a quarter of an hour's time? Ben, this is an intriguing contest, and I don't think it's a contest that we foresaw coming up, is it?
No, I don't think, like you said, I don't think we would have picked potentially Brazil to be there. Samurai showed the form early on, but Brazil have stuck at every game they've played at, and they've got a result. And it's going to be interesting as to how Samurai play against the likes of Brazil. I think Samurai have picked probably their most physical team in order to combat the physicality of the Brazilians. And you're talking to Mike Friday earlier, he wants to see his team go more direct, but at the same time keep the ball off the floor and keep the ball alive in order to keep the Brazilians guessing and keep them moving around.
Well, plenty of star names within that Samurai lineup, maybe some unfamiliar names in the Brazil lineup, but they know it is a huge opportunity. Daniel Gregg taking in the atmosphere, taking in the air, the biggest 15 minutes of rugby action, you suspect, in his life.
One to watch too. He scored an absolutely blinding try in the last game with a chip and chase, some incredible individual skills, and he could be someone that could open up this Samurai team.
Andy Vilk back in the starting lineup, having been arrested against Plymouth Albion. And it is Vilk who's charging his way towards halfway. Wayne Barnes the referee for this one. It's one of those games that Brazil may be blissfully ignorant in many ways of the star names they're facing up against. They've just got to get on and play their game as they've done in the opening two matches.
They've got to stick to the structures they've got in place, stay tight in defence and scramble against this team and make everything count for themselves. And Samurai here, you can see early possession and really stretching the Brazilians at the moment.
Ed Tellwright back in the starting lineup. There's Vilk on to Cocker. Oh, and the pass just dying at the feet of Vatisoni Votu, the Fijian who scored 2 tries in that quarter-final against Plymouth, unable to pick that one up.
Uncharacteristic mistakes really from Samurai there. You know, I think their pass to hand would have been a clear try. I think Ed Cocker will be annoyed with himself, but showing early good signs, the Samurai, of being patient and keeping ball in hand and moving the Brazilians.
We haven't really seen any out-and-out startling pace from the Brazilian side, but they've gone through their structures, they've gone through their numbers, and they've certainly found a cutting edge as and when it's needed.
They've had the ability, though, that's good, is to hold on to their ball and regain possession and being able to build scores. And, you know, they went down early, but they fought back well.
Well, they've had 2 very tight matches, haven't they? 17-14 in the first round against Durham University, and then beating Templars 26-19. It's been tight matches, but they've held their nerve to get over the finishing line.
They have. You know, they've gone down scores, but they've not panicked, and they've built back scores and put themselves in leads, and which is what's got them here now, and they've got to do exactly that against Samurai.
And that man, Lucas Duque, you'll appreciate, Ben, as the premier point scorer in the IRB Sevens. Duque's kicking has been imperative, particularly some of the conversions he's slotted. I mean,
even when he's falling over.
We can't be surprised that Brazilians kick the ball well, but he really has been able to find his target on so many occasions, which in tight matches, of course, have made all the difference.
He has, and it does. Those 2 extra points are key at the end of every game. And here, you know, again, holding on possession well. A little bit of a loose pass, but they've got the width. They're starting to spread, and this is where Samurai were a bit quiet in their first 2 games in the defence. And I know Mike Friday, Phil Greening will have looked at that and tried to tighten up their 4-5-6 in order to stop teams going through them.
Vilk quick to step forward, but again the miss pass. There's the hack through. Well, 2 against 2. Cocker is going to go back, and I was going to say fall on the ball, but he's missed it. It's hacked through by Henrique Pinto. This would be a very popular try if Pinto can get first to the ball. Great work from Andy Vilk. Well, there's the experience of the Englishman and the way the sevens game works.
Exceptional, and showing the fitness and the stamina to get back. And Brazil really have got to tighten themselves up here, because there's a lot of Samurai still in front of the ball. They've got to get behind there in order to get some impetus back.
Almost lackadaisical Samurai attacking on that.
Yep, you know, the Brazilians are coming up fast on them, and they're putting them under pressure, and they've been making the mistakes. They're looking at the man rather than the ball, and then they're slow to return. Mike Friday won't be happy with that. He wants to see everybody working hard in order to get on the front foot again.
Turnover ball spun out by Rakambula, and here comes Telwright. Telwright is going to have plenty of gas. He might have to go around the M25, but he's going to get to his destination quicker than anybody else. A little bit of good-hearted booing from the stands, because everybody, I think, would love to see Brazil go into a final, but good work from the flyer.
It is, you know, it's sevens again.
Yeah, I thought they were pretty good on
one end you're looking at 7 points to Brazil, and within a second you've got seven points. Well, saying that they kick this under the post should be an easy one for Rakambula. For Samurai, you look at Rakambula's pass there, was actually on the money for the winger. Didn't have to break stride, and he's been playing brilliantly, Ed Telwright, and really finishing well. Good find for the Samurai.
Come out of the GB student 7 side. As I mentioned, rested for that quarter-final, but he's made the most of pretty much every opportunity he's had in his game time so far.
And this is another key part of the Samurai game we're going to see here now, the kickoff. They've been strong at retaining possession here, and be interesting to see how they go.
Slap back volleyball style, but it worked for Brazil, and it's Lucas Duque trying to get his team up towards halfway. You can see the extra physicality that Mike Friday was talking about in that contact area. Good work. There's a dynamo from the other Duque brother. And Plus, I think, has just veered forward, but Moises Duque really has been the dynamo of this side so far.
He has. He's backed himself on every occasion and has been causing teams a lot of trouble. And there again, you know, he's only fingertips away from breaking away. Potentially there was a switch on just before that, but his teammate wasn't looking for it, which is a shame, which would have really opened up the Samurai defence.
And in a relatively young side in terms of evolution, those sort of instincts not quite in there yet to immediately take in what's on opportunity, what they should be doing in any given situation, you suspect. Brazil get themselves into the opposition 22, but they know the Samurai have all the gas they need. Here it goes, Telwright again, good cover. This time from Cogliandro, and they get the penalty.
Yeah, he backed himself again, Ed Telwright, but he's been caught, and the defender's done brilliantly. Down, straight back on his feet, release the man, and then onto the ball, and it's a good turnover.
Last play of this first half.
That's time, no time for the line-out. Okay?
No time for the line-out, says Wayne Barnes.
I'd like to see Brazil put it through the hands here and make a statement that we're going to attack and we're going to play.
Duque taking the bounce-back ball out to his brother Moises. Moises feeds Pinto.
Counter-ruck, no problems.
Oh, beautiful footballing skills from Lucas Duque. I highlighted him at the beginning. Could do with the help from his friend, but he gets the ball. Oh, the bounce pass is just going to slow the attack down. Oh, kick it out, man. Take your drink. Well,
just the core skills letting them down a bit. If that pass had gone to hand, would have been a one-on-one and potentially a run-in as well. But Brazil only 7 points down at half-time. I think they'll be happy with the way they've played. They're still in the game.
Lovely footballing skills. I know it's an oval ball, but it's great to see. And Twickenham really has rejoiced in the different flavour that Brazil have brought to today. And who knows, they could be in line for another surprise. Let's have a listen to what's being said on the pitch from Messrs Friday and Greening.
We're not going forward. We're getting caught in this physical game with them when we said we're going to move it to the space and then attack the space. At the moment we're going side to side, nobody's prepared once we've got the space to then engage them and really take it to them, because then we'll get our physicality into our game and then we'll have a better opportunity to split them in deep. Likewise defensively, we've got to keep working, push up with them, be more physical and turn them over at the breakdown, okay? Up our work rate, one change, head off, game on, okay? Let's go. Let's go. Samurai 3. 1, 2, 3. Samurai. 7, 7, 7, 7. Stay.
Well, Martin Schusterman, I'm not quite sure what he would have said in his team talk, no doubt. It's been a thing of encouragement, really, as the samba in the stands continues. What can Brazil do here? Is there going to be another shock in the offing in these final 7 minutes of this semi-final?
What I would say is that Martin Schusterman, coming from that Argentinian background, you know, they're often known as a pack of dogs. They will work and they will work and they'll work, and they're a tremendously hard team to play against. And he's installed that in this Brazilian team here, and it's going to pay dividends for them. He's going to make the opposition have got to work for every try, and if they can keep applying that pressure now on Samurai, it could be theirs.
And they're going to have to work for the try. You've got to remember 21 minutes of rugby action it was before the Samurai conceded the try. Just the one try against Plymouth Albion. Brazil, though, have got confidence. You can see the way they're playing, the way they're running their lines. Have they got enough belief just to keep the ball in hand and await that opportunity? Duque turning back inside. Lucas Duque chips ahead. Listen to the roar if he gets this one over. Try given! Lucas Duque. Well, footballing skills were always going to come into it somewhere, weren't they? But congratulations to Brazil. The samba starts in the stands.
Sensational try. You know, poor kick-off by Samurai. Gave the ball straight to Brazil. Lucas Duque just holding up well in the middle, using the footwork. And again, he showed his footballing skills earlier, and he's done it again. Nice little dink there just to get it over the try line, and a great finish. He's been a real stalwart for the Brazilian team so far, and he's really carrying them through this tournament.
Dare I say it, that could be copyright Gollings, but seen that many a time in an England shirt. But now Brazil show they have their own version. He's called Lucas Duque. He's 27-year-old from the São José club, which are, of course, the Brazilian Sevens champions, which half of this squad belong to. Now, what have we got in store here?
Samurai gonna want to look to regain possession now off this kickoff and settle it down and start getting some structure back in their play. Mike Friday wanted them to be direct and play into the spaces, and they haven't quite done that just yet.
Warwick Lamert steps up to free the ball onto Tim Walsh, now taking his scrum cap off. Sony Votu breaks the line and gets a bit of momentum into this Samurai attack. Cocker onto Walsh. Walsh inviting Badaratu in. Again, Cocker the conduit.
They're starting to create it now and holding on to the ball well, and space is opening up.
Lamert looking inside, Vilk's there. Vilk is not going to be held up. Well, good work from Andy Vilk. Not the most popular try ever scored at Twickenham, but really good response to what's just gone.
Sign of a good professional outfit, and what you expect to see from players of this calibre. Settle it down, hold on to the ball. They've moved it from side to side. They've taken their opportunities and they've kept the ball alive. Some great offloads in that passage of play, and Andy Vilk on hand right at the end there to go over the whitewash.
Warwick Lamert with a beautiful offload inside to the Treviso man. And Vilk enough power to get out of Greg's clutches to get that crucial second try.
It's a game where you don't want to panic. It doesn't go your way the whole time, but you know, if you got the class to just get yourselves back in the game and build scores, which is what this Samurai have the capability to do, and it's what they've shown so far.
Well, Brazil reverting to a 4-2-4 pattern. Still have their hands on the ball though.
Get some numbers out wide if they can use it here.
Duque just biding his time before releasing his team, but that allowed Samurai to come up very quickly, and Edwin Cocker competing well on the floor.
Thank you, knocked forward though as he tried to pick it up.
He won't like that, mind you. I don't think Wayne Barnes features very highly on any New Zealand rugby players list.
No, I mean, correct call, but you can see the intent from Samurai there. They're going to attack every breakdown, and it's up on the feet and drive through. And Ed Cocker there, just a bit unlucky with the knock forward. But
Yellow nine.
you know, not quite what we want to see from Brazil either. They kind of sold themselves down an alleyway there with that switch, and enabling Samurai to get the big hit on. They've got to do a bit more than that in attack at the moment.
Fernando Portugal, the captain of Brazil, makes way for Diego Reno. 2.5 minutes left. Can Brazil muster enough to surprise this star-studded Samurai outfit? Leandro just realising he didn't have the requisite pace to get outside that Samurai line, but still the ball there. Just losing it. Penalty on the floor.
Unlucky not to get that away, but Samurai being quite clever, really. You know, if you're going to give a penalty away, give it away a long way from your try line, right in the opposition's half. They'll be happy to take a breather here and just regather. In control at this stage.
Julian Minuti coming on to replace Coriandro as the flyer on the wide right. Banana kick from Lucas Duque.
I don't think they want to slow it down too much, Brazil. They want to keep that tempo in the game. They want to keep working this Samurai side, because Samurai will enjoy the rest. They've got to keep that up-tempo beat about their game.
90 seconds left for Brazil to get themselves all of 40 metres up to the Samurai line. They've got the ball. Now they've got to mount the attack that is going to threaten the white line in front of them. This is Duque trying to find his way around the outside. Very difficult to put down. Both the Duque brothers with very low centres of gravity, very powerful core strength. Big thighs, very difficult to tackle.
Very strong runners. You can see him shaping up for the kick. Could work well.
It's there. Cuts back inside. Daralibi, couldn't find his man. Tackling early was there. Players falling down left, right and centre. In the end, it's Warwick Lamert who picks up. And Vatasoni Votu will try and drive his team away from the 22. Not sure whether that was the pass that his teammates were really looking forward to. Ed Cocker clears things up. Vilk on his shoulder. Tim Walsh looking for the support. Lamert sends it out to his wingman.
Just clever play, really. Just killing time a bit here. Hold on to the ball. Possession being key. They know there's not much time left on the clock.
Vataratu throws it back into midfield, but this is where the confidence of these Samurai players will play such a part now as they wind the clock down. Votu steps inside too. It's going to put the seal on a Samurai win, but really that scoreline doesn't do Brazil justice for the efforts that they put in this semi-final.
No, they've given it absolutely everything, and they've taken the game to the Samurai, which is what they needed. Running out of steam a little bit at the end, and the class and the experience of the Samurai players showing through, but a great performance, and I think Brazil can go away with their heads high here and take a lot back to Brazil.
Do you think Isha will fancy that they can work this Samurai side?
Well, I think what they'll be happy about is that the Samurai have been worked hard. It's been no easy task for Samurai, and they've expended a lot of energy, and there's not much time to recover, and Isha have got the longer recovery stage at this part. So a little bit of a bonus for them, but again, they've got to do what Brazil did and take the game to Samurai in order to get a victory.
So plaudits to Brazil, but we know the finalists now. It's going to be Samurai against Isha in the final of the Middlesex Charity Sevens.
And we will look forward to that at 6:30 this evening. But haven't Brazil captured the hearts here at Twickenham today? Standing ovation as their captain, Fernando Portugal, came off a few moments ago. And it looks like they're going to do a lap of honour as well. Superb performance from them. Probably exceeding expectations, but wow, they've laid down a marker, and let's hope we get to see a lot more of the Brazil Sevens team in years to come. Unfortunately, they bow out though. It is, as Simon was saying, a final between Isha and the Samurai, champions of last year and looking hot to trot this time around as well. But unfortunately, it's farewell to Brazil. Some really good sevens from them today, perhaps a little unconventional, but very effective, and a really good foundation for them to build on going forwards. We've got finals to come after a short break. The women's, the Golden Wasps against the Wooden Spoon, then it's the plate as the Whalers take on London Scottish, and in the cup it's Isha against the Samurai. Well done Brazil though.